Just saw a post on Facebook from a friend about having a response, traumatic response to something that was happening in their life. How they feel stuck and like they're taking 2 steps backwards for every step forward they try to take, and that they have to distance themselves from some people. And I wanted to put out this video for people that feel stuck, because just to share something that's helped me. I don't know that it'll help other people. It's worked for me, but I feel like I should share because it's worked very well for me. So it's based on the idea that your actions demonstrate your belief, and that you might not know all of the beliefs that you have that cause those actions. And so essentially there's subconscious beliefs that control the decisions that you make day by day. And so how do you find out what you believe? Because that can be really hard. And even with this tool, I still think it's difficult. But your behavior and your emotions don't lie to you. You have those for a reason. They're to tell you about yourself. So I created something I call a questions journal, and it's questions about when I'm trying to figure out what I believe that's causing behavior that I don't like, or feelings that I don't like. So the first thing I wrote in this questions journal was, my first question was, why do I lose patience with my children? Because my conscious belief was that they're children and they're growing and they're innocent, and that essentially, below a certain age, they're not really doing anything wrong. And so they don't need their dad to be mad at them or frustrated. Not that it's, it can get complicated, but that's the short version of that I felt like I was losing patience with my kids too much. And so I wrote down, why do I lose my patience with my kids so easily? And then I kind of just forgot about that question. And then you just pay attention to your behavior and your thoughts and your emotions. And as I discussed my behavior and my thoughts and emotions with my wife or somebody that I trusted, I started to figure out beliefs that I had that essentially made me unwhole, or were caused by my unwholeness, for lack of a better phrase. And that as I've gone through that process actually over and over again, because I've been doing that for several years now, I've really gotten to the root of several really challenging things. And so the system is really simple. You write down your question, and I do it in the notes on my phone, and now it's tons of pages long. You write down a question about your behavior or your feelings, and it's just, why do I do that thing? Or what do I believe that causes this thing? So you write down the behavior that you're wondering about, and then you sort of let it go. And you observe your feelings and the situations you put yourself in, and your behavior. And then you have to talk about it. Like, you need to have somebody that you trust that you talk to about it. Because if you just leave it in your head, your thoughts aren't clear enough by themselves. But when you have to organize it into speech, it gets more organized and more clear. And you'll start to free associate. And the truth will start to manifest out of your words. And so I'll have a lot of ideas about what causes those things, but when I find the true answer, my behavior changes and I feel better. And so that's how you can confirm that you found the right thing. And so sometimes I write down the answer in that questions journal, And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I realize I found the answer when I go to write something new. It's in the journal. I'll write in the journal, and then I'll look at my previous questions and I'll go, oh, I got an answer to like 4 of those questions. And what I find is my anxiety calms down. I've struggled with depression. The depression calms down, and I make progress at being a more whole person. Ultimately, what you're doing is you're trying to get to know yourself. You're trying to develop self-knowledge. You're trying to look in the mirror and see exactly sometimes the things that you dislike about yourself the very most. But when you figure out what ultimately causes those things, you realize that you didn't really deserve to treat yourself with dislike, and that there's resolution and solution in self-knowledge. So I hope this helps. Write down your question about yourself, observe your action and feelings, and then talk to somebody that you trust about what you're observing. That's the simple way for progress. So hope that helps.